Nutrition report accuracy is a function of the quality of data that you enter for meals and snacks, and the accuracy of your target daily BMR. Navigate to User Settings menu. Open your user profile. CookBookPlus calculates basal metabolic rate based upon the values entered in these controls. The BMR is the number of calories that you would consume if you just laid around all day long and did nothing. In essence, the BMR represents the calories your body burns every 24 hours just staying alive. Baseline BMR value, as determined by these values, is further modified by something we refer to as BMR factor, which is an empirically derived value that is used to adjust an individual's baseline BMRE to that which matches their individual physiology and typical daily activity level, exclusive of exercising. The correct BMR factor is determined from evaluating nutrition reports over a period of time. Typically, the more active an individual is, the higher the required BMR factor. Users are initially assigned a BMR factor of 1.4. This is referred to as the nominal BMR factor. Over time, as meals and snacks are logged and exercise is recorded, the nutrition reports for extended period of time will begin to show a trend towards weight gain or weight loss based upon the current BMR factor. The BMR factor in the user profile can be adjusted up or down so that the weight gain or loss suggested by nutrition reports closely matches that which is seen by stepping on the scales. We'll set this back to 1.7 where it was. Close this. Go back to the main menu. The default date range for nutrition reports is the current date and the preceding 30 days. We need to change this for purposes of this discussion. We're going to set the date range from 4/1/2014 to 6/30/2014. That'll give us about 90 days of data to use in the report. We'll click Change Dates. You can see that that's now the date range. We'll open up the nutrition report. Based on a 1.7 BMR factor, Bob's target daily BMR is just over 3,000 calories. There's a good number of days in the range where all the meals were logged, 87 out of 91. Bob managed to log 40 exercises during that period. The average calories burned for each exercise, 40 times, was 1,333 daris, or an average of 586 calories for each of the 91 days in the period. Based on those numbers, Bob's net daily calories came out to be $24.85, which meant he was under his target range by 602 calories each day. Accordingly, the nutrition report estimates that Bob would have lost about 15.5 pounds during the 90-day period. The weight loss in pounds here is actually calculated by taking the estimated daily loss, multiplying it by the number of days in the period, and dividing that number by 3,500 daris. That's the number of calories in. For purposes of this discussion, let's assume that during this period, Bob actually lost only 10 pounds, not 15.64. That means that he wasn't under his target daily BMR by this much. He was under by closer to 400 each day. Essentially, his BMR factor, 1.7, was too high. Let's close this. Go back to User Settings and reopen User Profile. We'll change this down to, let's try 1.6. Close. We can reopen the nutrition report from here, so it gets the same dates. Based on a 1.6 BMR factor, we can see that Bob was now under by $420, and he actually lost the same amount of weight on the scales, as closely estimated by the nutrition report. Accordingly, the value of 1.6 for a BMR factor is very accurate. Conversely, if Bob had actually lost more than the original weight, let's say closer to 20 pounds, that would have required a higher BMR factor than the original 1.7. Let's reopen the user profile. A value of 1.6 could still be a little high if the actual weight loss was only 10.0 pounds. You can change this value down a little bit by highlighting what's there, and we'll enter 1.59. Enter key. Doing that, say that value as the BMR factor. We can now close this, reopen it, and you can see we've lowered the estimated weight loss. Still not enough, let's try 1.58. Enter key. Close, reopen. That's pretty close. Accordingly, it looks like Bob's actual target daily BMR is 2869, which is really the value we want to know. It tells us how much Bob can eat each day and keep his weight constant. The ability of CookBookPlus to accurately estimate weight gain or loss is a very powerful feature of the application. However, obtaining an accurate target daily BMR and accurate nutrition history reports requires the data entered into the database to be accurate and complete. if you diligently log all your meals and snacks on a daily basis, and if you diligently record all the exercises that you actually accomplish, you will be able to calculate an accurate BMR factor, and the nutrition reports should be able to give you a reasonably estimated value for any weight gain and loss based upon reports evaluated over an extended date range.